Have you ever noticed this? Some people slowly disappear from everyone's life. No posts, no calls, no unnecessary conversations. One day they're active everywhere, and the next day they become silent. And the strange part is, most people think they're depressed, rude, arrogant, or lonely. But psychology says something completely different. Sometimes people disappear socially because their mind is tired of fake connections, forced conversations, and constant emotional noise. They're not running away from people. They're trying to protect their peace. Most people today are always connected. Messages, notifications, social media, endless conversations. Everyone is sharing everything about their life all the time. But some people slowly start pulling away from all of it. Not because they hate others, but because too much social interaction starts feeling emotionally exhausting. These are the people who suddenly stop posting online. They reply late. They avoid crowded places. They stop explaining themselves. And little by little, they disappear socially. From the outside, this behavior looks strange. People start saying things like, "Why is he acting different? Why doesn't she talk anymore? Did something happen?" But many times, nothing dramatic happened. The truth is much deeper than that. Psychology explains that emotionally intelligent people often become more selective with their energy as they grow mentally. After experiencing fake friendships, disappointment, betrayal, judgment, or emotional burnout, their mind slowly stops craving constant attention. They begin realizing something important. Not every connection feels genuine. Not every conversation feels meaningful. And not everyone deserves access to their energy. That's when social disappearing begins. Sometimes it starts quietly. They stop arguing, stop chasing people, stop trying to fit into every group. They start enjoying silence more than noise. And honestly, silence feels peaceful when your mind has been overwhelmed for too long. Many socially withdrawn people are not weak. In fact, they are often deeply observant. They notice fake smiles, forced energy, one-sided friendships, people who only appear when they need something. And after noticing these patterns repeatedly, their brain naturally starts avoiding unnecessary interaction because mentally tired people don't always react loudly. Sometimes they simply disappear quietly. Another reason this happens is emotional exhaustion. Some people spend years always being available for others, listening to everyone's problems, helping people, understanding everyone emotionally. But eventually, they realize nobody truly understands them back, and that realization changes people deeply. So instead of asking for attention, they disconnect. Instead of explaining their pain, they stay silent. And instead of forcing connections, they learn how to be alone. But here's the important part. Disappearing socially does not always mean someone is unhappy. Sometimes it means they are healing. Healing from emotional overload, healing from fake relationships, healing from constantly pretending to be okay. For some people, isolation becomes a reset button for the mind, a quiet place where they can finally think clearly again. And honestly, the world today is so loud that many peaceful minds feel safer in solitude. That's why some of the deepest people slowly become private, not because they stopped caring, but because they finally started protecting themselves. So if someone becomes distant, quieter, harder to reach, don't immediately assume they hate people. Sometimes they are simply rebuilding themselves in silence. And maybe the people who disappear socially are not losing themselves. Maybe they are finally finding themselves. If this made you think, subscribe to Unlock Your Mind. Because here, we don't just talk about behavior, we understand the psychology behind it.